I went over to him and he was not moving at all. No chest compressions, nothing. So of course my...
Bruv, please stop. He's been here once again. Stop. Leave him. He's dead, leave him.
Yo guys, whoa! Dropped my phone there, but it's okay. We move. Is it broken? Oh, it even more. Yo, what is happening, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm just tired of this lockdown. Listen, you lots are gonna have to get used to the do-ragging videos from now on. Until the barber opens up, this is not coming off. Moses, I miss you. I need you to line me up. It's summertime. I don't want to be wearing a do-rag outside. I need the barbers. But enough about that. That's not why you've come here this week. You've come here because you want a story time, and I'm gonna give you one. The whole reason I did this video was I was logged into my old Snap. 2 years from memories comes up, and it was this story I'm about to tell you. And I was like, do you know what? I've got to do a story time on this one because this was a crazy night. This night was insane. You know, when we were young, 16, 17, when we first discovered alcohol and drinking was fun and it was a move to go and drink and roam the streets. Listen, I was a little hood rat when I was younger. This is what I used to do for a very brief period in my life. That night, we got a bottle of drink, got yacked in the yard, pre-drank at home, and we went out. This whole night was just weird. Again, another reminder as to why I don't drink. I hate drinking. I hate alcohol. I cannot voice this enough. Every time I talk about alcohol in a video, I will always say this. I hate alcohol. I hate drinking. I'm not involved. But we were in Waterloo at this point and our phones had died. We went into this bar / restaurant and we just asked very nicely, can we charge our phones? There was a very nice bartender. He let us charge our phones. This is why I say this night was so weird, because they closed up the whole restaurant and somehow when I'm going through my Snap memories, I have snaps of me dancing at this bar. With no one there. Back them days, there was no private story, so this was on my main Snap for everyone to see. Me just shit-faced dancing in some random bar to Spanish music. Not a good look. I can't even remember why or how we left that bar. Most likely we got bored or they finally kicked us out and we decided, right, let's keep it moving. We jumped on the train and I don't know how, but we ended up all the way up in North London by Highgate. There's a cemetery there. Really spooky territory. This is really scary, big horror movie vibes coming from this part of the story. For some reason, me and my drunk friend decided to take ourselves and walk through this forest / graveyard.
We're in the fucking forest. We're in the fucking forest, mate. We're actually gonna get a break.
At the dead of night, this is like 2, 3 in the morning, and we're walking through a forest pissed. This is why I don't drink. Do you think sober, in my mind, I would ever consider walking through a forest at that late? When it is dark, I will not be seen in a forest. There is no, how can I end up? There is no, that could never happen to me if I was sober. Drunk, that was a beautiful walk for us. Those times as well, we were both repping iPhone 5s, so the torch was not powerful.
I listen to you, man. It's been quite a long video.
The whole time we're trekking through the forest, doing up drunk snaps. We're in the forest, look at this, it's so fun, look.
Right, so we survived the woods and now we're going to have to walk down some dodgy, dingy alleyway, look.
Why was I there? Why was I there? And it just gets worse from there. After walking through this forest for about an hour, we saw a little bit of light at the end of the bushes, so quickly hurried along and boom, a main road. Perfect, fantastic, lovely stuff, we're safe. We can get a bus home, life is great. Well, we were wrong. That was only going to be where the night peaked. While we were walking up this road, I'm still very drunk at this point. We're still seeing double all of that. And my friend goes to me, is that a dead body?
Bruv, please stop. He's been here once again. Stop. Leave him. He's dead, leave him. He's actually dead, leave him. Right, leave him, please. Fuck off, you can't call the ambulance.
What? Across the road, a little bit further up from us, there was just a man lying there in the street. On the pavement, just there. Nothing. No movement, nothing. He was just like, nah, leave him, leave him.
We actually need to leave the guy. Someone else will spot him, but honestly,
Drunk me has a lot of compassion. Drunk me is a very loving human being. That's one thing I've got to say. I'm very happy I did this, but because he was like, leave him. And I was like, no, let's go check if he's breathing. If he's dead, we'll leave him. I went over to him and he was not moving at all. No chest compressions, nothing. So of course, I thought he was dead. I was 100% sure he was dead. Naturally, I can't just leave a dead man there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've touched him now as well. So if this is a murder case, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not involved. So I called ambulance. If you've ever called ambulance services, obviously the first thing you'll say if you don't know the person is, I don't know the person, but the situation is this. The 999 operators on the other end will proceed to ask you stupid questions that you cannot answer. So I've just found this man in the street, I'm licked off, and they want to come ask me, are you his next of kin? Obviously not. So is he diabetic? I don't know. Does he have asthma? I don't know. Do you know any allergies? How the f am I supposed to know? Allergic to any medication? I don't know this geezer. I just found him here. This is what I was trying to emphasize. And they're like, is he breathing? At this point in the story, I'm under the impression that he is dead. So of course I'm saying, no, you need to get it quick because he's not moved. Now, I've made this phone call and I've turned around to make it from the body that's behind me. Like something out of a cartoon, I've turned around to look at him. He's not there anymore.
the guy's fucking alive, mate. What the fuck? He's actually alive. What the fuck?
I see him halfway down the road, walking like everything's fine. So of course I'm like, hold on, he's actually breathing, he's just gotten up and walked away. I'm like, mate, you need to stop moving. Are you alright? What, you've just been lying there, not moving at all, like what's good? Basically, out of respect, I'm not actually gonna tell you what he told me, but essentially he had overdosed on heroin. What the fuck? And he was, so yeah, he was like, in some ways it was lucky that we were walking up those times because this is 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, there is no one that's gonna find you. I can only imagine, like, overdosing on heroin, you're signing a death wish. So I am very happy that I went up to him and gave him a little shake in the end. The ambulance came, and literally they didn't even ask me no questions when they came, so I don't even know why I had to speak to this operator for so long. Because when they came, they literally took the man, they said, alright, thank you. Took the man, drove off, and that was it. Me and my friend were just standing there in the middle of the road. That was the end of the night. That was it, really. We basically parted ways then. We decided that was enough stupidness for one night, and we agreed to just go home, go our separate ways. It was nuts because, as I said, when he was lying there, no motion at all. I really thought he was dead. When my friend pointed him out across the road, he was like, we were all under the impression that this was a dead human being we had found. And the whole night was just chaos. To find a dead person on top of it was the cherry on the cake, because how we walked through a forest, ended up in a club we didn't know, and then found a dead person all in one night. I don't know what demon possessed me to take myself and walk through a forest at 4 in the morning. But if you ever needed a reason to not go to the house party, to not get drunk that night, to not go out with your friends,
if your friends asked you to meet, you should say no.
this video has to be every incentive to not drink. How can I find someone that is basically dead in the middle of the street while drunk? Why? No good things happen in London past 12 AM at all. On the streets of London, you will not see one positive thing happen past 12 AM. I promise you. So just don't be outside, is my advice to you. 2 years later, it made a very good YouTube video, so you know what? It was worth it. And it's a great story to talk about several years later in the end. I can't really complain. No one came out harmed. I do hope the man made a nice, speedy recovery. With that done, that does bring us to the end of this week's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, get me to 100 subs before my next video. I will always scream this. Thank you guys for your support. I cannot thank you enough to every single person that's tuning in every single week to see what I'm putting out there, every single person that's liking the content and reposting it every single week. I love every single one of you. Take care, stay safe, all the best. Quid and out in a bit. Peace, bye, boom.